Before you skip this episode, I want to ask you one thing. Are you in a pause right now? A slow period. A quiet chapter. A moment where nothing seems to be happening the way you planned?
Maybe a relationship ended. Maybe a career path closed. Maybe a version of yourself that you worked very hard to build stopped working. And you are standing in the rubble of it, wondering, what now?
If that is you, stay. Because what I am about to say might be the most important thing you hear this week.
The pause is not the problem. The pause is the process.
The break is not the end of the build. The break is required for the new build.
And today we are going to explain exactly why. With real stories, real English, and a perspective that will change how you see every quiet, still uncertain moment in your life.
Stay with us.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Speak Unstoppable, the podcast where we help you speak English naturally and confidently through real, honest conversations.
I'm John.
And I'm Maria. So happy you're here with us today.
This episode is for B1 to B2 learners, intermediate to upper intermediate level English.
How are you feeling today, John?
Honestly, rebuilt. Because I went through exactly what this episode is about. And I came out the other side. And everything is different now.
Same. And I think most of our listeners have been or are right now in the middle of exactly this. Before we start, thank you for being here, for choosing to keep going.
Let's go.
Okay, I want to ask you something. Have you ever watched a building being demolished?
Yes, it is dramatic. Loud. Everything comes down.
And someone standing nearby, not knowing what comes next, might think this is destruction. This is loss. This is something ending.
But the people who planned it, the architects, the builders, they see something completely different.
They see preparation. The old building had to come down because the new one cannot be built on top of it.
The foundation had to be cleared. The space had to be made.
The destruction was not the end of the story. It was the beginning of the next chapter.
And this is the most misunderstood phase of growth that most people go through.
When something in your life comes down, a plan, a relationship, a career, an identity you built carefully.
The immediate feeling is, I have lost. I have failed. I have gone backwards.
But the people who eventually build something remarkable, they learn to see those moments differently.
Not as destruction, as demolition. With purpose.
Not as the end of the build, as the required break before the new build.
And today we talk about how to survive that break, how to use it, and the English to speak about it with wisdom and with hope.
Maybe you are in the break right now, and it feels like nothing, like waiting, like being stuck.
Today, you discover that the break is where the most important work happens, and it is happening in you. Right now. Okay, let's start with the honest truth. Why do breaks feel so bad?
Because we live in a world that worships constant movement, constant production, constant progress.
Always be working. Never stop. Rest when you're dead. Hustle every day.
And these messages, they create a very specific belief that if you are not moving, you are falling behind.
And that belief, it makes every natural pause in life feel like failure, like weakness, like something is wrong with you.
But here is what that belief gets completely wrong.
Growth is not linear. Linear means in a straight line, going consistently forward.
Real growth in nature, in humans, in any complex system, it moves in cycles. Forward, then pause. Build, then rest. Expand, then consolidate.
Consolidate means to bring things together and make them solid. To secure what you have built before building more.
A tree does not grow continuously every second of every day. It grows in seasons, and in winter, when it looks dead, when nothing visible is happening.
The roots are deepening. The structure is strengthening, preparing for the growth that spring will bring.
And if you cut down a tree in winter because it looks like nothing is happening, you would never see the spring.
Let me give you a real example. A few years ago, I went through a professional period where nothing seemed to work. A project I had invested years in it collapsed.
And what did you do?
At first, I panicked. I tried to immediately build something new, to replace what had fallen, to show everyone, including myself, that I was still moving.
And did it work?
No. Because I was building on panic, on fear, on the desperate need to not look like I had stopped.
And then?
And then finally I stopped. I let the break happen. I didn't force the next thing. I rested. I reflected. I let myself sit in the quiet.
And what happened?
Slowly something started to clarify. Ideas that had been obscured by the noise of constant doing, they became clear. A direction emerged that I could not have seen while I was running.
And what came after that break?
Was better than anything I had built before it. Not despite the break. Because of it.
Maybe you know this feeling too. You are in a pause, and every day feels like wasted time. Like you should be doing more, being more, moving faster.
You are in the break. And the break it is doing its work, even when you cannot see it. Okay? Because most people, when they are in a break, they assume nothing is happening. They feel idle, unproductive, behind.
But the break is doing something. Something essential. Something that the doing phase never could.
The break is doing 3 specific things.
And what came after that break?
Was better than anything I had built before it. Not despite the break. Because of it.
Maybe you know this feeling too. You are in a pause, and every day feels like wasted time. Like you should be doing more, being more, moving faster.
You are in the break. And the break, it is doing its work, even when you cannot see it. Okay. Because most people, when they are in a break, they assume nothing is happening. They feel idle, unproductive, behind.
But the break is doing something. Something essential. Something that the doing phase never could.
The break is doing 3 specific things.
Thing 1, it is clearing.
Clearing means removing what no longer serves you, what has been taking up space, energy, attention, time without giving real value back.
And during constant doing, you never have time to see what needs to go. Because you are always adding, always building, always moving.
But in the break in the quiet, you can finally see clearly what was working, what was not, what to carry forward, what to leave behind.
And this clarity, it is impossible to force. It arrives in stillness, not in movement.
Thing 2, the break, is restoring.
Restoring means bringing something back to its full condition, refilling what was depleted.
Years of building, of pushing, of striving, of holding everything together, they use something. They deplete something.
And if you never stop to restore, you eventually build from emptiness. And things built from emptiness, they rarely last.
But when you restore, when you genuinely rest, reflect, and recover, what you build next comes from a full place.
And things built from fullness, they are different, stronger, more sustainable, more aligned with who you actually are.
Thing 3, the break is preparing.
Every next version of yourself requires a foundation that your current version does not yet have.
New skills, new perspectives, new relationships, new understanding of what you want and why.
And these things, they cannot be acquired while you are running. They require the quiet of the break.
In the break, I am preparing. This reframe changes everything about how the break feels.
Reframe means to look at something from a completely different perspective.
Instead of I am wasting time, I am preparing for what comes next.
Instead of nothing is happening. Everything important is happening inside.
Instead of I am behind, I am building the foundation no one will see, but everyone will eventually stand on.
Maybe you know this feeling too. A period in your life that felt like nothing, but looking back, you can see everything important was happening then.
The break was doing its work, even when you couldn't see it. Okay, practical time. You are in a break. How do you use it well? So you come out the other side not just rested, but genuinely transformed?
3 practices. And all 3, they require the same thing. Willingness to be quiet, to be present, to resist the urge to fill every moment with doing.
Practice 1. Reflect honestly.
The break is the perfect time to ask questions you never had space for during the building phase.
What was I actually building? Was it what I really wanted? Or was it what I thought I was supposed to want?
Who was I being during the building phase? Was I becoming who I want to be? Or was I becoming someone else to achieve a goal?
What do I actually want now that I have seen what I thought I wanted? Has it changed?
These questions, they are not comfortable, but they are necessary because the answers, they are the blueprint for the new build.
Blueprint means the detailed plan, the design for what comes next.
Practice 2, protect your energy.
The break is not a performance. You do not need to demonstrate that you are using it productively. You do not need to announce what you are learning. You do not need to reassure everyone that you are okay.
The break is private work, internal work, the quietest and most important kind.
Protect it from people who want to rush you, from the part of yourself that feels guilty for resting, from the voice that says you should be doing more.
The break has its own pace, and it cannot be rushed without losing its value.
Practice 3, trust the process.
This is the hardest one. Because during the break, especially in the middle of it, there is no visible evidence that anything good is coming.
You are just in the quiet, waiting, reflecting, restoring, clearing, preparing.
And the temptation every single day is to end the break prematurely, to start building again before you are ready. Because the stillness is uncomfortable.
But premature building before the break has done its work produces fragile things.
like building on a foundation that has not fully set. Set means to harden and become solid.
The concrete needs time to set. Your foundation needs time to set. Trust the process.
Maybe you know this feeling too. You ended a break too early. Started building again before you were ready. And then, eventually had to stop again.
The break would have been shorter if you had trusted it the first time. Okay. Real English phrases. For talking about this phase of life, in conversations, in your journal, in your own mind.
Category 1 phrases for describing the break.
I'm in a transition period right now.
Transition means moving from one phase to another. It is not stuck. It is moving, just not in the direction everyone expects.
I'm taking time to reassess and reset.
Reassess means to evaluate again. To look at something with fresh eyes. Reset means to return to a better starting point.
Things are quiet for me right now, and I'm using the time well.
Notice using the time well, not wasting. Using, that one word changes the whole framing.
Category 2 phrases for the internal process.
I'm doing some deep thinking about what comes next.
I'm learning a lot about myself during this period.
I'm clearing space for something new to emerge.
Emerge means to come out, to appear, to develop gradually.
Category 3 phrases for responding when people ask why you are taking a break.
I'm rebuilding on better foundations this time.
Sometimes the best thing you can build is a better starting point.
I'm taking the time I need, so what comes next is worth coming back to.
Category 4 phrases of encouragement for yourself and others in the break.
The break is not the end. It is the preparation.
What looks like stopping is actually the deepest kind of moving.
You are not behind. You are becoming.
Becoming this word is one of the most beautiful in the English language for exactly these moments.
You are not stuck. You are becoming. The new version is forming. In the quiet. In the break. Can I say something about the most important thing the break teaches you?
Please.
The break teaches you who you are when you are not performing.
When you are not building, not producing, not showing anyone what you can do.
When all the external validation is removed, the titles, the achievements, the busyness that signals importance.
What remains?
You. Just you.
And that meeting with yourself, without all the external layers, it is uncomfortable. And extraordinary.
Because you discover things that you would never discover while running.
You discover what you actually value, not what you were taught to value.
You discover who you actually want to become, not just what you want to achieve.
You discover what kind of life would genuinely feel like success, not just look like it from the outside.
And those discoveries, they are the blueprint for the new build.
And the new build built on genuine self-knowledge is more solid than anything built on external pressure.
More sustainable, more satisfying, more truly yours.
The break did not stop your growth. It redirected it. Inward, where the most important growth always happens.
Remember this. You are not in the break because something went wrong. You are in the break because something better is being prepared.
Say it again.
You are not in the break because something went wrong. You are in the break because something better is being prepared.
Trust the break. It is doing its work. Word 1, demolition. This means deliberately tearing something down to make way for something new. Example 1, what felt like failure was actually demolition clearing space for something better. Example 2, sometimes the old version of yourself needs demolition before the new one can be built.
Demolition is not destruction. It is purposeful clearing. See your breaks as demolition, not disaster.
Word 2, consolidate. This means to bring things together and make them solid and secure. Example 1, before building further, she took time to consolidate what she had already learned. Example 2, consolidating your English, reviewing and strengthening what you know is just as important as learning new things.
Consolidate before you expand. Solid foundations first. Always.
Word 3, reframe. This means to look at something from a completely different perspective, to change the meaning you give to something. Example 1, she reframed the break from wasted time to essential preparation. Example 2, reframing challenges as opportunities. It sounds simple, but it genuinely changes how you respond to them.
Reframe your breaks. Reframe your failures. Reframe your quiet periods. The meaning you give things, it shapes what those things become.
Word 4, blueprint. This means a detailed plan or design for something to be built. Example 1, the break, gave her the clarity to create a blueprint for the life she actually wanted. Example 2, your values are the blueprint for your decisions. Know them clearly.
Know your blueprint. What do you actually want to build? The break is where that answer becomes clear.
Word 5, emerge. This means to come out gradually, to appear or develop over time. Example 1, after the break, a new direction emerged that she could not have seen while she was running. Example 2, confidence emerges through practice, not through waiting to feel ready.
Things emerge in quiet, in patience, in trust. Let what needs to emerge emerge, without forcing.
Word 6, transition. This means the process of moving from one phase or state to another. Example 1, she described the difficult period as a transition, not a failure. Example 2, every transition feels uncertain. That is not a sign that something is wrong. It is a sign that something is changing.
You are in transition, not stuck. Transitioning, there is a profound difference.
Word 7, reassess. This means to evaluate something again with fresh eyes and new information. Example 1, the break gave him space to reassess what he actually wanted from his career. Example 2, regularly reassessing your English goals keeps your practice relevant and motivating.
Reassess regularly. What was true 6 months ago may not be true now. Your goals should grow with you.
Word 8, sustainable. This means able to continue for a long time without exhausting resources or causing damage. Example 1, she built more slowly this time, but what she built was sustainable. Example 2, sustainable English practice, small and consistent, always outlasts intense and occasional.
Build sustainably. In English, in life, in everything. What lasts is always what was built carefully. One thing to do today.
Sit quietly for 10 minutes. No phone. No podcast. No music.
And ask yourself one question. What is this quiet period in my life preparing me for?
Write the answer. Whatever comes. In English.
And here is your sentence template.
I am in a break right now. And what I believe it is preparing me for is underscore, 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 underscore. The new build will be underscore, 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 underscore.
Say it now, out loud.
I am in a break right now. And what I believe it is preparing me for is underscore, 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 underscore. The new build will be underscore, 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 underscore.
Fill in your real answers. Your real vision.
Because naming the new build even before it exists gives the break direction. And direction gives the break purpose.
Comment challenge time.
One question.
Are you in a break right now? Or have you recently come through one? Write your experience using this sentence.
I am in, or I recently came through a break, and what I am learning or have learned is underscore, 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 underscore.
Write it. In English. In the comments.
Because your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to read today to trust their own break.
We read every single comment. Every one.
If this episode helped you, please give it a like.
Subscribe to Speak Unstoppable if you haven't yet.
Thank you for being here today.
The break is not the end.
It is the beginning of the better build.
Trust it.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.